Listen, let me say categorically, in no uncertain terms, so people will understand where Neville Mitchell stands, not just as a candidate for elective office, but also as an individual who understands the law, as a criminal defense attorney, as somebody who went through the process, went through law school. Stop and frisk is an illegal policy. It is a unconditional, unadulterated, in no uncertain terms, violation of the civil rights of anybody who was stopped on the street without something called probable cause or reasonable suspicion. What that means is that the police department can't just stop anybody they want on the street willy-nilly. The Constitution of the United States, the federal Constitution, Fourth Amendment says no one can be stopped, right, without probable cause. The papers and effects of your house, basically the police can't come into your house without a warrant, and you can't be stopped on the street. Now the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution was applied to the states through the 14th Amendment. So all of the states basically have the same law, the federal law, and some states even afford more protection than the Fourth Amendment. So again, let me say, as a candidate, but just as an individual, as an attorney, stop and frisk is illegal. There is now pending in the Southern District before Judge Shira Scheindlin a case that was brought by an individual which was backed up by the New York Civil Liberties Union, and that case has been certified as a class action suit against stop and frisk. I predict that court is going to find that the New York City police department has been systematically violating the rights of young African American men in this city. Right. So, I haven't followed closely what Mr. Stevenson has been saying, but what I do know from my own part is that policy is illegal. Now, as a person who is now a politician, I will never endorse taking away the rights of people in order to, make other folks feel safer. You cannot continue to stop our kids on the street without justification. We're stopping last year over 800,000 people and not really doing anything. So my stance on stop and frisk is it's illegal. We need to go back to something called community policing, where the police will know the people in the community, will know who is doing wrong, who's doing right, will know people's children, and will treat people with respect, right? And we'll remove things that we see all over these neighborhoods now, these things that they call eye in the sky, where they're just, observing people. That takes away from the day-to-day interaction that we would expect police officers to have with citizens and with business people and so on. So you'll get to know people in the neighborhood. I've often said, and folks have challenged me on this, but I'll accept all challenges, right? The people that are in the police department, as a policy, they don't care to know the individuals who they're supposed to be policing. They really have no interest in doing that, right? They operate by figures. They don't want to know who this person is, who that person is. And maybe they think it's too much, hard work. And then other people out there will have these sensitivity trainings. I don't want people to be sensitive to me. I want them to respect me, right? And I want, when you stop me on the street, or you stop my child on the street, or you stop, Ras Clem's child on the street, or you stop even Eric Stevenson's, if he has a child, I don't know, but you stop his child on the street, they're going to be afforded the same respect as any young white person anywhere in America would get. That's all we're asking.